I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think I would rather have Old Town Road back on the country chart over this song. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Grady, and I listen to country music and whatever else I want to. And today I'm doing something that you guys have been requesting, and it is to cover Blanco Brown's The Get Up. Now, The Get Up has become the new viral trap sensation in the wake of Old Town Road. Old Town Road, that is a subject that has gotten a lot of press when it sort of trolled the whole system and got removed from the country chart. And now Blanco Brown and Broken Bow Records have swooped in and have made The Get Up a hit. And it has not been taken off the country charts because Billboard ain't trying to do that again and get in trouble. So The Get Up is basically, like, I don't know, country cha-cha slide.
Right foot, 2 stumps. Left foot, 2 stumps.
It is a song that is just sort of listing dance moves.
Now take your left hand and put it on your side.
And it's got a very hip-hop trappy beat. It is, you know, poking the exact same bear that Old Town Road was poking, which was, are they going to let this song be considered country? Now, I do not consider myself a country person. I grew up outside of Richmond, Virginia, in a little suburb called Short Pump, and I never claim on this channel to be country. I also don't think that country music or country is a lifestyle. I define it musically. So I don't want to hear anything up front that's just like, you're not country. Who are you to say what's country and what's not? And I'm just a regular person like you. In some ways, I don't even feel like making this video because I feel like I am the exact person or type of person, not that they're going after me, but I'm the exact type of person that the people putting this song out want to get mad at it. They want it to cause a big ruckus. And if it becomes controversial, well, that's good for business. Then you're going to get all of these people writing articles saying, why aren't you considering the Get Up country? Could it be because of race? And if you can start that big argument again, then suddenly this song explodes. So I'm not going to make some big crazy hot take about this song because I'm not trying to feed the fire of its controversy. This is a dumb wedding reception song. People have fun dancing to it, and there's a place for that kind of art in life. I would not say that it is a country song, and I would not say that for a couple different reasons, and I'm going to try and unpack those in this video. But first, I want to say a shout out to our sponsor for this video, Ridge Wallet. Ridge Wallet, you know, they replaced those old bulky, you know, leather wallets, those things that you might find on the side of an Old Town Road. You can instead have these kind of sleek aluminum metal wallets. They hold all your cards in here and have a nice money clip on the back, and they sit in that front pocket. So you can get 10% off your Ridge Wallet using my little promo code, Grady. You can get 10% off your first order. You can also go to ridgewallet.com/Grady. It's all linked down in the description below. And thanks for sponsoring the video, you guys. Now, to my ear, when I hear this song, it does not sound country.
Round, round, round and round you go. You've
got all the kind of Lil Jon like shouts in the back.
Okay!
You've got this majorly produced hip-hop beat with little bits of bendy steel guitar and stuff to throw a bone to the country sound. I hear it, and it's like the first thing that comes to mind is this is a hip-hop song. Maybe a little bit influenced by country music. At the same time, I don't want to sit here and turn this channel into just me trying to gatekeep and say, is this country, is this not country? I think what matters a lot is whether or not it's good. And like I said, this song is a trifle. This is a cha-cha slide type song. So I don't think I got to worry too much about it. But I think that there's a lot of interesting stuff we can talk about around the Get Up, and that's what I want to do in this video. So here are 3 country music lessons from the success of the Get Up. The place where I want to start this video is just with the reality that talking about genre is complicated because people have very different ideas of whether genre matters. On the one side, you have people that I would call them the deconstructionists. They want no genre to exist. We are limiting ourselves and our musical expression by forcing everyone into these little boxes and forcing the categorization of music. That's actually something that Ken Burns recently said in an interview with Pitchfork about Old Town Road.
Everybody listens to other music. And the idea that we would create musical borders is just commerce's superimposition, or maybe our desire to categorize something so we don't have to know it.
I thought that was an interesting line. I thought about that for a while afterwards and just kind of reflected on my own desire to categorize things. These people would argue that genre, we should just let all the boundaries come down, let the artists do what they want, and I really resonate with that idea of letting the artists do what they want. I want artists to do what they want. I always say that on this channel. Now, on the other side of the debate, we have the separatists. They want the differences in musical genres to be distinct. And I think that the argument typically made toward them is that they're more closed-minded listeners, they're not open to other things, but I think that's an ungenerous way to view the kind of purist opinion, whether it's of a rap fan or of a country fan or of, a perfect Euro pop fan. There's a way in which protecting these sounds actually protects musical diversity overall, because there's so much blending happening that music, I would argue, sounds a lot less diverse across genres. Pop doesn't sound so different than country, which doesn't sound so different than R&B right now. They're all kind of blending into this kind of bland snap track thing. And when you can actually take pride in the roots of your genre, it, I think, preserves more musical diversity overall. Also, there's a way less heady reason for genres, and it's just that it makes finding music easier. And I think a lot of people just want the categories to make sense. It would be like if you went to a grocery store and there was an orange sitting in the ice cream freezer. And you'd be like, well, why is this here? It wouldn't make sense if all of the aisles just got mixed up, because it would be hard to find things and it would actually just mess with us. We do like categorizing things. It's how the human mind works. So it would be really annoying if you went to that ice cream freezer and grabbed the orange and said, I don't think this is ice cream. And people kind of got on your back about it and said, well, then you're racist.
You're racist.
All of that is to say, talking about genre is complicated, and I think the purists need to recognize that there's something really beautiful and unifying about this desire to take down the borders and let artists do what they want that some music fans preach. I think the people that want all of the genres to go away need to recognize there's something beautiful and good about the people that want the genre sounds to stay preserved. So, both sides of this argument, you just gotta take this middle lane with me. And for the record, one of the most interesting kind of responses I got from my Old Town Road take was a lot of people saying, why can't we just have subgenres? I think that's a good point. Why not just have subgenres where we name, this is, country trap, or this is, pop rock, or whatever it is. If we're going to be categorizers, why not just do that? And I think that's a really good argument. I think for a lot of people, this has nothing to do with race. This doesn't have anything to do with who's allowed to make country music and not. It has everything to do with the fact that it feels presumptuous sometimes when you have certain people saying, this is country, how do you not hear that that's country? And you're like, well, I don't feel like I'm crazy. It doesn't sound like George Strait. It doesn't sound like Amarillo by Morning.
Amarillo by morning. Now cool down, have a good time.
But you're being told that it's the exact same. And in your mind, you're like, well, that feels so thoughtless. I think the thoughtlessness of how we're calling all of these things obviously country, when John Party and Blanco Brown couldn't sound more different, I think it's pretty hard to mentally accept that. So I think a lot of the frustration around this is just to do with the fact that it seems really thoughtless. Now, with Lil Nas X and Old Town Road, and I understand that this is Grady's controversial personal opinion, I find it very hard to be sympathetic to the plight of that song getting removed from the country chart when the original article that blew up the whole controversy had his manager saying that it was a hip-hop song and he was trying to game the system by listing it as country. And so when the system clapped back and said, well, fine, we don't want to get played, then we were supposed to feel so sympathetic that, oh no, this great injustice has been done, when it was like, well, you knew what you were doing. And they definitely knew what they were doing. This was the best thing that could have happened, and now it's been the #1 song in America for 3 months. In many ways, I consider Old Town Road a way countryer sounding song, in that it has some semblance of a story. It has a real hook. I gotta take my horse to the Old Town Road. Like, that is by far my favorite part of that song. I don't love the verses about, like, bull riding and boobies and drinking lean on his tractor, but it's more of a song, especially when they lengthened it with the Billy Ray Cyrus verse, even though I don't think it's a good verse. It's more of a song than the Get Up, which is truly much more of like a Soulja Boy me.
Soulja Boy, I finna, why me crack it, why me roll?
But the difference with the Get Up is Blanco Brown is signed to Broken Bow Records. He is signed to a Nashville label, and a Nashville label is trying to ride this wave. And so the Get Up is not facing the same sort of outsider trying to troll the system accusations that Old Town Road did. And so it's interesting to see the Get Up, not be taken off the Billboard chart and to kind of be very transparent in just trying to ride this controversy. But because it came out of Nashville, because there are trusted people like John Loba and Broken Bow and their promotion team, this is kind of getting embraced as a country song with lots of fawning tweets and people dancing along. And look, music's about having fun. It's about being entertained. I'm not going to villainize that much, but it's very interesting, and I think sort of sheds new light on the debate around Old Town Road, that maybe this was less about the outsider of him being a black artist in a traditionally white genre than it was being a non-Nashville artist in a Nashville genre. I'm going to make a second and a half little point here, and that is that disruption is intensely satisfying.
We have seen disruption hitting every economy, every single industry, and shaking at the core many companies.
I think in 2019, the idea of being disruptive toward any institution is an incredibly powerful thing, and there's a lot of social cachet in being a disruptor. If you can be annoying, if you can get old people mad at you, if you can become controversial, that's good for business because it makes you cool in the eyes of young people. And all music executives want their music to look cool in the eyes of young people. And I think that is like exactly what the Get Up is trying to do. I think there's a lot of writers that get off on wanting to take down the institutions of country music. I think there's a lot of people that don't like tradition because it's traditional. And they can really get something out of fighting against it. And I think that's absolutely happening with this song. The third thing I think we can learn from this is that this is not the hill to die on. This is a little meme song. And country music's still figuring out what to do with the kind of rise of meme country, if I can call it that, with stuff like Old Town Road, with stuff like Mason Ramsey, and even to an extent like this new Chris Lane single where he's proposed to this Bachelor contestant named Lauren that he's been dating and then immediately had a single roll out off of that. It's very interesting that there's this whole interplay happening with social media, and in the case of the Get Up, there's kids dancing this song on TikTok, doing the challenge, but I don't think that this is going to be a very enduring country hit. I mean, there's no substance here. If someone were to ask, what is the Get Up about? It's just about dancing. This is exactly what Laura Bell Bundy tried to do with Two Step, her song featuring Colt Ford like a decade ago.
Now slide, 2 steps, slide.
And it didn't really work then. It seems to be working a lot more now. If only TikTok had existed, maybe Laura Bell Bundy's country career would have happened, because this is exactly what Scott Borchetta wanted to happen years ago. I don't know. I don't think that the Get Up is going to end up being that enduring. I listened to Blanco Brown's whole EP. I do not think it sounds nice. It feels like really dated, T-Pain-ish, super auto-tuned rap from a decade ago. Get Ol' Memories was definitely my favorite song on the EP.
I couldn't wait till the sun was set.
Country Time, I don't really understand what it's about. I listened to that song like 4 times trying to figure it out, and then I was just like, I don't like the sound of this in my ears. So I stopped. I don't think this is the hill to die on. I'm not going to die on it, and I don't want to give the bait that people want of saying, this isn't country, because all it does is feed the fire. So hopefully I'm having a more thoughtful discussion, and I'm going to add a 4th bonus thing to learn, and that is that there's a lot of good country music out there, and increasingly, I'm less interested in just bashing the stuff that I don't like. Most people find me from my negative takes. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that says about life, because I make a lot of positive commentary, and yet my identity as someone in like the country music scene is as someone that hates on pop country, and it's just not true if you watch my stuff. I think what I'm realizing more and more is there's a big world out there. I don't feel like Nashville has the best interest of country music at heart. I think they're into making money, and they're into being as popular as they can, even if they have to change their sound to do so. But there's a lot of good stuff happening within country music, and I don't have to play in the little sandbox that they've given me to play in. That's what's beautiful about YouTube. That's what's beautiful about the internet. The people that love what country music sounds like and don't have a big problem with it and don't need it to fuse with hip hop, there's people out there for us. So I'm encouraged that there are all these artists that I actually love, or I'm not being so wishy-washy of like, I can see how someone would like this. I just freaking love it. And it's out there, and it loves being country, and it's not trying to bend or evolve the genre. It's not trying to disrupt.
That was not so bad, was it?
So I don't need to freak out because all the music that I want to listen to, it's still out there. And I do spend time thinking about it. And if you think I'm just someone that hates country music, just go watch a different video where I'm talking about something I love, because I promise I love it. I love good stories. I love good music. I don't think the Get Up is either of those things. I feel like I should learn the dance just so I can end this video not feeling like a stick in the mud. But I'm not going to.